Good evening, His Holiness. Thank you very much to receive Bodhi Channel. The first question we would like to ask you, what is your opinion in the day of this 21st century to use a tool of communication as TV for internet to spread the Buddha teachings?
Hello. I think it is a very good opportunity to all the kind of people to have access to the Buddha's teachings. As you know, the Buddha's teaching is the source of all the happiness and benefits. And in this world, everyone, not only human beings, but all beings, wish to be free from suffering and wish to accomplish happiness. And so for the sake of happiness, that everyone is struggling, everyone is trying their best. But the real happiness could not achieve through the outer efforts. The real happiness one has to achieve through the inner practices, and especially through the practice of Dharma, meditation, then one could really achieve the real happiness. And to do that, one have to study and contemplate and meditate. And so the first step is that one needs to study the vast and the profound meanings of the Dharma. And that you have to get advice from the spiritual masters, and then yourself you analyze them, and then eventually that you try to meditate on them. And so for this, I think the modern technology, such as a lot of videos and recordings, internet, and so on, will be very great opportunity to the people to have access to Dharma. So we must use these equipment in a right way, which will create stability and peace and happiness to among all beings, and particularly the human beings that who are now approaching in the 21st century. So from our previous centuries, what has happened, how much misery, how much sufferings that people have experienced. So therefore, this new century should not be like that. It should be a century of happiness and peace and harmonies.
How do you see the evolution of Buddhism in this 21st century?
Buddhism?
Yeah, I mean during the 21st century, with what we can see, contamination, pollutions, war, terrorism, and what do you think the Buddhism what will be the future of Buddhism?
I think the Buddha's teachings will be great help in many ways, because all the problems that we face today are due to dissatisfaction and due to greed and due to unhappiness. And so through the teachings of the Buddha, there is a way to pacify such negative emotions. And so by the problems of the world cannot be solved through violent actions or through any other ways. The only way to solve this kind of problems is through changing the people's mind or the ideas, and so through the Buddha's teachings that can change people's ideas and emotions, and so that they can get the real inner satisfaction, and through which then we can also protect the environment and the many of the global problems that we face today.
Now we have another question. Is about the three vehicles, the three yanas. Many people are very confused about Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana. I mean, confused in a way they really make separations and difference.
You see, all people are not same. People have different mentalities. People have different problems. People have different needs. So the one kind of teaching is not enough. For example, that we also need many different medicines. One medicine could not cure all the disease. To cure the different diseases, we need not only different medicines, but also we need different systems of medicines. For example, for certain disease, the allopathic medicine is much more effective. For certain disease, homeopathy is more effective. For certain disease, naturopathy is more effective. For certain disease, Ayurvedic is more effective. So similarly, the teachings also, since the people have the different levels of mentality, the different emotions and so on, so therefore you need different levels of the teachings. So therefore the Buddha has turned the wheel of three yanas.
The last question, it would be, what is your point of view about Buddhism in Asia and Buddhism in Western country? There is a difference obviously about comportment, about also practitioner. And what is your point of view, please?
As I have met many Buddhists in Asia as well as in the West, I feel that in Asia, Buddhism is very much deep-rooted. So the people have a natural tendency in faith and belief, even though the knowledge may not be very, very vast, but they are strong in belief in the teachings of the Buddha. The traditionally that passed down from generation to generation. So therefore, people have a natural tendency to have a faith in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and also to have a compassion to the sentient beings and so on. Whereas in the West, Buddhism is new, and you do not have this natural belief or the natural faith. But generally the Western people are very intelligent, and they are very scientific minded, and they are very studied. From the very young age you have the great tradition of studying. So you would not believe something that straight away without analyzing them. And so therefore you study first. So the knowledge of the Dharma may be even greater in the West. And so in this way, that produces more kind of intelligent kind of practitioners. The Western practitioners are much more knowledgeable about Dharma, and they have you do not become straight away, but once you become a real faith with the reasons with the reasons, and so therefore this is, I think, a very encouraging sign.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you have any message that you would like to tell to the peoples?
Yes. I think what I would like to tell is that it is very important to follow the spiritual path, whether it is the Buddhist or the Christians or Hindus or whatever one's believe. I think it is very important because every religion emphasizes the importance of practicing the loving kindness, compassion, tolerance, and forgiveness. That I think in principle every religion is the same, and this is what we need to practice in today's world. If every practitioner of the different religions practices these as it is in the teachings, then I think we can certainly make this world a better place.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.